Freddie, you noticed a sequence really in play that, in your eyes, really was the downfall for the Raiders.
Well, there was a couple of minutes there, and it was around the time Billy Burns scored this try, which was a really soft try considering what both teams and how their defence was online. But just after that, Sebastian Chris, there was support on the inside. He didn't quite get that. They got a penalty out of this, but this was a penalty against them for a high tackle. It was a great tackle. It was nowhere near his head, and just, you know, very sensitive to referees when anyone's head goes jolting back. And then just after Blake Brayley, this was on that fifth tackle of the penalty set, and then they kicked the goal. They went 8 points clear. Pretty much Canberra after that moment. It looked like they couldn't answer it. They couldn't get it. And I think also the confidence of Cronulla being in front, which is a really good sign for them. But that was like 2 minutes of the game, I think.
They had a real chance when Sebastian Chris went through there. If he could have found a teammate on the inside, they were under the post.
Starling was there.
Hudson was there.
Okay,
that makes it 18 all. With 20 minutes to go, it's game on. Like, I know the scoreline blew out, but they had their chance, Canberra, and they had their chance last week against the Broncos. They were leading by 16 points with 15 minutes to go. It'll definitely feel like the one that got away, but I just don't think they had the strike. They didn't have the half strike that Cronulla had. That was pretty much the
Ethan on the left side.
Was that the difference?
A lot of the left side just went to Hudson. They did not have any flow in their attack. I heard Gus saying it's all one pass footy. It'd go off the ruck to the halves, and especially on the left, they'd find Hudson. Hudson's a very dominant character. He needs a strong half inside of him to say, no, I'll give you the ball when you want the ball. They missed this bloke's running game. Yeah, really missed him on that left side.
Do you think the result would have been different if he was there?
Oh, it's hard to say. It just goes to show you've got to take your chances. That one with Sebastian Chris, watching that, I was thinking, geez, it's close to a sin bin. Not for the high shot, as a professional foul. Now, Kennedy gets wrong-footed and he just goes doink and hits him. If he doesn't do that, he scores. So for mine, that was very close to a sin bin. Not for a high shot, for the professional foul.
I don't think their attack was their big problem. Obviously, when they lost Ethan Strange, they changed their whole game plan and they just saw, you know what, let's just run over them to score points. We'll find a way. We'll get a kick or we'll do something. And Horsburgh scored a great try, just reaching his left arm out. But their right-side defence just never improved the whole season, really. Like, that was just, everyone went to their right-side defence to score tries, and it happened again. They come up, Cronulla's, all their tries and gaps all come through that right-side defence. Timoko, Fogarty. So they just need to sort that out. Before anything else, they need to get that right because they just chase points.
That was their Achilles heel last week as well. When Reece Welch came back on after being sin bin,
4 tries
he went after the left-hand side, which is the right-hand defence for the Raiders. He scored a try, he set up a try, and then I think it was Gemmet Shibazaki went through off Billy Walters as well. So a lot of points coming down that edge. Although
they're heartbroken with the result, you've got to say that the Raiders over the next few years will be hard to beat once again because, yes, they're losing Jamal Fogarty, but Big Papa, he's staying, and Ethan Strange has had an incredible year. Those young outside backs, there's a young kid called Ethan Sanders as well that they're backing in the half. So it's tough to watch these pitches, but the future is bright over the next few years for the Raiders.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to be up there for the next half a dozen years. They're going to be up around the top 4. They'll definitely be top 8 teams. So I don't know what's coming through there in the juniors. Freddie, do you know how they've gone in the juniors?
Well, you know what they've done well? I talk to Canberra all the time about their pathways in juniors, and they're sort of locking up areas down Wagga Way. It's got a really incredible nursery for players coming through. The one thing about Canberra is they're stable. They've got a coach who's stable. They've got a board who's stable. Their CEO, Don Furner, everything's stable about Canberra. So I don't think you'll get much change out of what happened this year.
The reason why those pitches are hard to watch and how disappointed they were in the sheds is because it is so hard to get there. It is so hard to get in the position that they got this year, and they know that they have to go right back to the starting line and work that again. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that they'll get back there next year because of the work that you have to put in to get there.
But Corey Horsburgh, I thought, was a good example. Like 2 years ago, he was majorly carrying another 6 kilos. Obviously, he got convinced that we need to be fit. And their team looked fit. They won so many games at the back end of the second half. Like, you don't do that unless you're fit. So I feel like it's mostly now in their genetics now that they know how to get fit and they know it's important.
So we spoke about their right side defence. Ethan Strange will go to the right side next year with Ethan Sanders there. How do you improve that? How do you... Because I think I saw a stat, I think 3 times as many tries were down their right side. So is it repetition or do you have to make changes?
Well, I think if I look at the right centre position, that's your best defender. You look at all good right defenders, or good right centres, they're good defenders. Crichton, Campbell-Graham, that's his natural position. So people who can actually get up, understand what's going on and close plays down, because that's everyone's better passing side. So you need to find out if Matthew Timoko is the best defender as a centre. If not, I'd be changing him.
And the one thing about defence is that's coachable. Like, it's hard to coach talent and bring some talent into a player, but defence, you can actually work with players and improve their defence.